Hello! Welcome to Beer Tour in Seoul. Again, this is Jonathan. Today I brought another beer from KABREW. It's called Gyeongbokgung. It's Korean craft beer. Last time I introduced you guys a craft beer from the KABREW company was the Nine-Tailed Fox, which I really love. And this time it's another ale, the IPA, India Pale Ale type of a beer. It has a little bit of secret ingredient in it. It's quite different how they blended this ingredient into IPA, and let's take a look at it. So what is Gyeongbokgung? Gyeongbokgung is a main royal palace of the Joseon dynasty, built in 1395. The Gyeongbokgung was the premises were kind of destroyed during the Imjin War from 1592 to 1598 by the fire. But then it was left empty. The premises were, after being destroyed, it was left alone. No one used the palace for over 2 centuries. And then the premises again was back and restored by the Prince Hungsan. And then it was systematically destroyed again by the Imperial Japan in the early 20th century. But now Gyeongbokgung is well restored back again by the Koreans because they respect our ancestors and would like to keep those beautiful palaces, and that has been existing from the decades and years back in the history. And now the Gyeongbokgung is one of the beautiful palaces that remains in South Korea, and it is one of the top tourist attraction now. Well, it's COVID, so there is not much of a travel going on, but yeah. Anyways, so what makes it so special about is the Gyeongbokgung. Although structurally the architect works on those palaces also beautiful, but what's really beautiful is that inside the palace there's many ponds are located in each sectors of those lands, and in those ponds there is lotus. Lotus are very beautiful, and the secret ingredient that I talked about in this beer is the lotus leaf powders. The KABREW managed to blend a lotus leaf powders into an IPA, which is very interesting, and I can't wait to taste it and what flavor would the lotus leaves give. And yeah, it's the label is of course very beautiful. As you can see, you see that fox with the hop in its tail, the KABREW's logo, of course. And there's a lotus leaf, or what is it called? Lotus petals? Well, but mostly we know it as a leaf, right? And as you can see, there's a palace, the main palace that Joseon dynasty lived. And what is really interesting about this marketing strategy in their label design is that they managed to introduce the Korean cultural history background in beer markets, educational wise, to let people know what really Gyeongbokgung was in Korea and what it meant to us, to the foreigners, as a tourist attraction. You know, we don't know until somebody brings it up as a topic to talk about, having a conversation, right? So this interesting marketing strategy to introduce you guys the most Korean cultures. Anyways, let's have a taste. Here is Gyeongbokgung, the Royal Pride IPA, blended with lotus leaf extract. Is it extract or I think it was a powder. But either way, the smell, it's quite funny. If you ever have been in front of a pond with lotus leaves, there is a distinctive smell that comes off from the pond and that lotus leaf together. When you think that this beer includes the lotus leaf powder, first smell you would think that, oh, maybe it's from the lotus leaves, because it's similar to the hop, but it's hop in the end. Anyways, here we go. Amberish, goldish, amberish, brownish, dark amber. Interesting. A lot of foams. Smells the earthy smell, thirst quenching. Taste now. When I read an online review on this beer by Koreans, they said that it's quite a mild and low level of each characteristic that IPA represents. You know, those hop flavors, bitterness is very low, but blended at the same level, so that's easy for beginners or could be enjoyed as an entry level. But when I tasted it, there is definitely a hard bite to a tongue, and it's bitter enough, yes. there's a body to it, and what's interesting about this body is that as you leave the liquid inside your mouth, the body remains for a long time, doesn't disappear. I'd say it's an easy drinkable beer with all the ingredients are blended well together and could be analytically you could taste and what it feels like to be tasting each distinctive characteristic of those ingredients, right? So I don't know what you guys are thinking. So it's an IPA, right? And what makes this beer special is that they blended in a lotus petals or lotus leaf powders in it. I guess somewhat it's maybe that bitterness is quite prolonged and it's still ongoing after the liquid has been just gone down to my system, and there's still ongoing bitterness on top of my palate. I guess it could be from that hop plus the lotus leaf powders. However, I was expecting, you know, much more of a distinctive characteristic that really stands out from the lotus leaf, but really just there was not quite a distinctive characteristic, being said that there has been a lotus leaf powders blended in the beer. But I guess the bitterness is quite interesting because it's quite different than the average IPAs that I've tasted it. The bitterness is stronger than that. And fun fact is that this beer received a gold medal at domestic beer competition here in South Korea. I guess the highly point goes for the marketing design of the label and taste of the beer. Yeah. As you drink it, it almost feels like no flavor liquid just flowing in, but after you swallow everything, there's that clinging bitterness just sitting on top of your palate for a long time. And I want to believe that it has to be something to do with the hop added with the lotus leaf powders. But I haven't seen any reviews saying anything like that before or on the internet. So for a beer review, I would give about 3.9 out of 5 for this beer. Well, first things first, when I saw a label, there is a description in the back saying that this IPA has been blended with the lotus leaf powders. So I was expecting a so much stronger characteristic that stands out from the new ingredients in the brewing history, the lotus leaves. However, there was not such a unique characters from the lotus, but I'd say the bitterness has been enhanced. If you refer to Torpedo IPA, it's tripled the bitterness from the hop and hop flavors. But that bitterness is really different in this beer. It's just bitter and bitter. It's just clinging on your palate. It's for a long time. You gotta try it. You gotta really try it to feel it for yourself, taste it for yourself, I mean. And the most about what I like about this beer is that the label design represents our cultural, the palace, chosen palace that has been destroyed multiple times through the time of the invasions from within Korea and from the foreigners invading our country. But it has been restored back and it became a symbol of Korea now. And I like the design because it could be an educational purpose serving idea especially to the foreigners who are interested in Korea and especially who loves beer as well. And it's just another way to respect our ancestors, right? Restoring, of course, is a respect that we keep in mind that ancestors have made the country what we live in here in Korea today. And introducing, again, not to forget about this palace on a beer level and available all throughout the CU convenience store in South Korea. It's amazing how educationally it tells you to never forget that there is a history background. GS convenience stores. Yeah, so love the design, interesting bitter taste in this beer, a bitter flavor here, long-term ongoing bitter taste on top of your palate. Very interesting. 3.9 out of 5. Anyways, guys, thank you. This was Gyeongbokgung by KABREW. Please go ahead and try this beer. This is whole new interesting bitter taste, bitter flavor. The KABREW made their own Korean craft beer, IPA style beer. Anyways, thank you guys again for watching my video. This was John. We'll come back with more interesting Korean beer. There are lots to go, okay? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This was Spirit Toward the Soul. Bye.